Good morning to you, and thank you for joining with me today. President Kennedy's hero was his grandfather, and he loved to hear stories about when his granddad was growing up in Ireland. Grandfather Fitzgerald used to tell how he would walk home from school each day with his pals, and they would challenge each other to climb over this huge stone wall that stood along the road. And sometimes young Fitzgerald and his pals would have a look at the high wall and wonder, could they do it? What was on the other side? So they thought up a way to make sure that they would take the risk. They would throw their school caps over the wall. Like the young fella who was just 30 years old at the time. And he owned a good going business, small business. It had been left to him by his father. It was secure, he was well liked, he was respected by friends and family, he was doing okay. But he knew that was not what he belonged to. He felt called to a ministry of teaching and preaching and healing. And I guess he threw his hat over the wall. He knew there was no going back. But he soon learned that his popularity increased. So did his critics, especially in his hometown. Some of his closest friends tried to dissuade him. His family were also concerned about him, but he did not change direction, even if it meant hardship, even if it meant betrayal and eventual death. Jesus was not what everybody expected. His ministry was aimed at fishermen and tax collectors and housewives, people who were not the elite of his day. It was clear he was charting his own course. And some of his teaching even contradicted the conventional wisdom of the day. Frankly, it's difficult to put Jesus in a box and say, this is what he was about, this is who he was. Today, he's often an embarrassment even to those who would claim to know him best. If I asked you to vote on some of the things he said, how would you vote? Love your enemies? Turn the other cheek? Blessed are the poor? Would you vote for such things? Because I'll tell you what, most of us don't in our normal life. Where would Jesus position himself today? On Iraq? On the government? On social reforms? How do you think he would vote? Or would it be an embarrassment? Or better still, would we be an embarrassment to him? I often wonder how Jesus would get on with the Pope or with the Archbishop of Canterbury or with the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland or with Ian Miller for that matter. Some of us who think we have Jesus all figured out would be shocked, because you can't put Jesus in a box and say this is who he is. But there's one thing I think I can say with total assurance, and that is Jesus cared about people, the ordinary people. Do we? Should we? I think we all know the answer. Again, thank you for listening to me, and God bless you, now and always.